Hey everyone, my name is Prince, and welcome back to another unboxing video. Haven't done one of these in a while. This is also the first video I'm filming since I've pretty much recovered from COVID, so yay! It's good to be back in the recording seat. Now, bear with me throughout this intro, because although you've read the title and you know exactly what this video is going to be, there's a bit of background context I need to build up in order to make this moment a little bit more special. Now, as many of you know, my channel, at least nowadays, is primarily focused on making videos talking about obscure franchises. But whilst I still do play games on my streams and occasionally on videos as well, some of you may not know that this channel actually started out as solely a gaming channel. Because as well as being a gigantic nerd about all of these obscure franchises, I am also a pretty big gamer. Now, those of you who have been sticking around my channel for a long time will know that the majority of games I play on this channel, or have played on this channel in the past, have been with my trusty Xbox One. I don't know if you heard that, it's off screen, but it's right here, and it served me well over the years. And I'm sure none of you have really given it much thought, but if you have, I'm sure from that, you'd probably assume that throughout my gaming career, that I've always been on the side of Xbox. Well, that's not entirely true. In fact, my history of console loyalty as a gamer is actually pretty convoluted. So let's briefly go back in time to the beginning of my gaming career and talk about why this is kind of ironic. Because funnily enough, starting off, my loyalties didn't really lie with either PlayStation or Xbox, but actually Nintendo. Because the first console I ever owned was actually a handheld one in the form of the Nintendo DS. And I do find that fact quite humorous, the fact that there are the two contrasting sides and I was sort of in the middle at the start. But yes, many happy hours playing on my DS's, and sometimes I even go back and play on them sometimes. And I say them because I actually have multiple, because I had one of those illegal easy flash cartridges that had like 30 different games on, and this one stopped being able to play it, so I got another one. And then when all my friends got Smash Brothers on 3DS, I had to get 3DS as well. And this one you guys have actually seen pretty recently, considering I've been shiny hunting on Pokemon Black using this 3DS. However, those are handheld consoles, so I don't really even know if they count. My first actual console, ironically enough, was actually not an original Xbox, but a PS2. Which is funny because I don't even remember where my PS2 came from, and that is also right here. I've got it out recently because I've been playing a lot of The Legend of Spyro recently. But I genuinely do not even remember receiving my PS2, but I've had it for God knows how long, and it was genuinely my first proper console. And honestly, so many happy hours playing that PS2, playing Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, The Legend of Spyro Trilogy, Crash Bandicoot Tag Team Racing, so many awesome games and so many awesome memories. Honestly, my best memories with my PS2 were when we actually moved it upstairs into my room when I got a TV of my own. And when I was younger and my mum used to watch Formula 1 downstairs on the big TV, so I couldn't really play my other consoles that were down there, I used to come up here and hang out and just lie on my bed and play PS2 games. That's honestly some of the best memories I have with the PS2. And then after the PS2, I got a Nintendo Wii, which again, I find so funny because I have been an Xbox gamer for so long, and yet it took so long for me to get to that point. I also had a PSP as well. Shout out to all my PSP crew, because the PSP was sick. That was the Nintendo Switch before the Nintendo Switch. But eventually, I did get an Xbox 360, purely because that was just the console that my friend group had. And again, with the whole Xbox versus PS3 thing, it really just seems like it's based on what all of your friends had at the time. And I think at that stage, when you're a kid, you're sort of locked into whichever side you choose, because it's just the side that all of your friends have. So I got an Xbox 360, and then when people started moving on to an Xbox One, I got an Xbox One. But nowadays, pretty much all of my friends are on PC, although a few of them have shall we say, switched sides. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I'm telling you all of this is because I find it so ironic that I started off as a PlayStation player, and after all these years of playing Xbox, I've finally returned to my roots. I have finally returned to the gaming faction, I guess, that I started off on, because, ladies and gentlemen, I have right here my brand new PS5. I mean, I say brand new, this has been sitting in the box since the end of May because I've been wanting to film this video and I just haven't got round to it until now. And I had to contribute a bit to buying this because obviously they're not cheap. But after so long, I have a new main console and just holding this is getting me excited. So let's open it up. I've just thought as well, this isn't really even the first console unboxing video I've done, because whilst I was at my first year at uni, I actually got my Nintendo Switch and I did a video unboxing that. That was, I almost said feels like a year ago. It doesn't. It feels like a lot longer ago than that. Well, let's get this monster out, shall we? Okay, it's in, this is going to be a bit awkward to do on camera. Da-da-da! Ah, yes, of course, the first thing I see. The power cable. Pretty essential. Ah, yes, of course, another essential thing. We have the HDMI, because I don't already have 1,000 of those. And we have, I think this is a micro USB to another micro USB. Very useful. Sorry, doing that is just far too much fun. Oh, but here we have something that I'm very excited to just hold. Honestly, I need to put on hand gel before I do this, because this genuinely feels like, you know, a holy act that I'm about to perform, like a holy object that I'm about to touch. Because it has been a long fucking time since I have held a brand new controller. So, let's get it out, shall we? Look at that. Look how sleek and beautiful this is. Oh, how it feels in my hands. It's an undescribable feeling holding a brand new controller like this. Just how good it feels. Holding a brand new controller for a brand new console for the very first time. Like, you can almost, like, sense the future of how much, like, you're going to be... It sounds really weird to say, but how much you're going to be touching this. Like, almost all of the adventures you're gonna have with this controller. Like, all of the actions that you are going to activate using this controller. All of the things you're gonna kill, all of the people you're gonna interact with. And I'll tell you what, it has been many, many years since I've seen that combination of buttons. I have right here, this isn't even my original PS2 controller because a lot of the other ones broke. This is the PS2 controller I've been using as of late for, like, playing Legend of Spyro and stuff for the channel. And this is the PS5 controller. I was gonna say 2 different generations of console. I mean, they kind of are, just separated by a generation in the middle. But I cannot wait to get into using this. This looks absolutely gorgeous. And again, the PlayStation controllers, they've really, like, innovated over the past couple of years. Like, you'll see memes everywhere about how, like, the Xbox controllers have, like, barely changed over the years, and yet I was gonna say the PS something controllers, it's weird just saying the PS controllers, but it is the PlayStation controllers, that is the acronym. But the PlayStation controllers have, like, they're gorgeous. Like, fucking look at this thing. This is a gorgeous controller right here. But of course, what is a controller without a console to control? So, let's get out the big boy, shall we? Oh, the noises of opening up this pieces of cardboard. Pieces of cardboard with a B. And there it is. I can see it. Oh no, I'm not going to try and lift it out. This is far too precious of a thing to just lift out without any caution. I hope this is as entertaining for you guys to watch as it is for me to actually do it. Right. Firm hold on the console. Lift it out. God, it's heavy, but it's actually smaller than I would have expected. Yeah. Here we go. Get rid of the box now. Okay, so I have here in my hands the console. Right here. So let's very gently unravel it. Very gently. I can see the logo. This is so awesome. Again, it's been... I guess you could count the Nintendo Switch, but the Nintendo Switch is a bit of a weird console. It's like a mini console, but this is a proper console, obviously, and I haven't had a proper console since the Xbox One, so this is very special for me. And there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the PS5. What a glorious looking thing. It's sleek, it's beautiful. Look at the logo. It really does have the feel of a next-gen console. Like, it's sleek and stylish and smooth, and it just looks absolutely fucking incredible. Now, some of you may wonder why I'm getting a console at all when I have a really good PC that can run pretty much anything I need it to. And in fairness, that is a fair question, because I'll be honest, if I could, I would have every single game I ever play on my PC, because it's just convenient. Because in order to play a console, I don't have like a HDMI splitter yet, although I probably ought to get one now that I have this thing. So I have to unplug the HDMI from my monitor that connects it to my PC and connect it up to the Elgato, which is connected to whatever console I want to play. Whereas on PC, obviously, you got a bunch of desktop shortcuts, double click, boom, you're playing the game. However, the one downside of that is that I am a YouTuber, and being a YouTuber, I need the space on my PC for videos. And considering that nowadays games can be anywhere from 100 gigabytes to ridiculous amounts like half a terabyte, I can't really afford to have all my games on PC because they're just too big nowadays. Plus, I'm gonna be honest, even though I like having games on my PC, I've always been more of a console player. I enjoy the feeling of having a controller in my hands, and although obviously you don't have to like play with a mouse and keyboard if you're playing on PC, you can still play with a controller, which is what I do. I always liked the idea of consoles, and again, with the whole YouTuber thing, it really just gives me an excuse to buy a console, really. It's not even an excuse, it's just more convenient for me, because this means that I can have my PC for, you know, recording, and then I can have an actual console to put all my games on. And I went with the PS5 because, number one, it has the most good exclusives, and number two, it is the better console. I'm sorry. I really am. You know, I was an Xbox player for many years, but the PS5 is just the better option. It's stronger, it's got better exclusives, it just is the better option. So the majority of the big budget games that I will play on the channel in the future will be recorded and streamed from this PS5, including Black Ops 6, the beta of which is coming as of recording this video in 10 days on Friday the 30th of August. And if all goes to plan, I will be streaming on that day, so make sure to go join the casual Discord down in the description down below if you want to be notified when I go live. But speaking of live streams, there is one more reason that I decided to get a PS5. Because those of you who have been watching my live streams recently will know that I've been playing a game called the Trail Frontier Challenge on Wednesdays. And I've been teasing for a while that the replacement for the Trail, once we finish it, and in fact, by the time this video goes out, we probably already will have finished the Trail, because at the time of this recording, the finale stream is actually tomorrow on the 21st of August, so we probably already will have finished it by the time this video goes out. But I've been teasing that the replacement game is something very, very good and very exciting that all of you will be looking forward to. Something that is a sequel to the best game I have ever played on this channel. Something that I didn't have the capability to play until now. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. God of War Ragnarok! Now, before you all burst out laughing and delve into the comments, yes, I am perfectly aware that the game is coming out on PC this September. But if I'm honest, I'd still rather play it on PS5 because that is the best experience. Because God of War Ragnarok was built for PS5, and over the past couple of years, they've obviously had to modify it and change it and probably downgrade it in certain aspects in order to make it compatible with a PC release. So do I care that it's coming out on PC? Not really, if I'm honest, because if given the choice, I would still rather play it on PS5. And it's funny because when it was announced, two of my friends both messaged me at the same time, individually, unaware of each other, telling me like, oh, you know, you bought a PS5 for nothing. It's just like, no, I didn't just buy a PS5 just for Ragnarok. But with all that out of the way, I am so fucking excited. Those of you who were present for the God of War streamed playthrough, you guys know how much I worshipped that game. And now I finally have the capability to play the sequel, which from everything I know about it is about twice as good. And given how much I enjoyed God of War, my little gamer brain can't even comprehend a game that is twice as good as that. So after all this time, I am ecstatic to announce that I will be streaming God of War Ragnarok right here on this channel starting on the 18th of September, that's a Wednesday, as a replacement for the Trail streams every Wednesday starting from the 18th at 8 PM BST. So mark your calendars because I am so fucking excited for this playthrough. And I will also be streaming the beta of Black Ops 6 on the 30th of August, the 31st of August, and the 7th of September. And I will be streaming all 3 sections of the game, campaign, multiplayer, and zombies, on Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays, respectively, when the game finally drops. So, ladies and gentlemen, the future is bright for my channel thanks to this brand spanking new, shiny PS5. And honestly, not to mention, I'm excited to re-download all of the free games that I don't really have room for on my PC, like Rocket League and I guess Fortnite if I want to piss about with my friends. So it is really good to have a next-gen console. It's hype. I'm very excited. So if you're excited for the future of this channel using this brand spanking new PS5, then make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and go join the casual Discord down in the description down below if you want to be notified whenever I upload videos or go live. Again, thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you on another video or stream very, very soon. Goodbye, everyone.